Once you've assigned the tracking categories to each child record, there are many standard reports in ProCare that will utilize that tracking category to filter and list the outcome differently depending on which reports you pick. So you have your choice, for example, of filtered reports. Many of these reports that are the child reports, for example, the child roster, actually any screen where you see the select filter option up here for child filter, you can filter based on that child tracking item, and that would be the secondary classroom, say lunch bunch. We'll just go ahead and run this report so you can see what it looks like. This is just called the child roster under filtered reports. I'm going to say group by none and then sort by child's name. I'm going to put my report header as lunch bunch up at the top, so because that's the only item I've picked, and so I'll get a header of lunch bunch, and here I have a listing of the child with their primary classroom on the left. So this could be used as just a checkoff list if that's what you'd like. That's an example of one of the filtered reports. You can also run the standard roll call reports. We'll pick one here called weekly 5-day. And since I'm going to not group this by classroom, I'd like to group it by the child tracking. I'm going to go ahead and select again lunch bunch and put that in as my header and run this report after I've selected my secondary classroom called lunch bunch. And here's a nice roll call type report that I could print out for each day of the week, and as this child comes into lunch bunch, I just have their name and a roll call format. Further, I could run what are called the tracking category reports. All of these are in the standard ProCare reports. We have again child roster or child roster by classroom. This one is similar to the one we just ran. I'm going to go ahead and run these, but the tracking reports are different in that they don't have a filter to filter by the tracking category. What they do is organize them page groupings by whatever that tracking category is. So these will come out listed by the tracking category. In this case, lunch bunch, I've got the child's name and then their primary classroom listed there. If I go forward, we'll get the next group, which would be kids club, and then the next group would be go group, and so on. It's very similar to the filtered report, except this one comes out page by page by the tracking item automatically for you. If you'd like to have one here that's organized by the child's primary classroom, choose this one, child roster by classroom, and then this will organize it by the classroom, and then the grouping within that classroom and child would be whatever categories they have, whatever tracking categories they have for their secondary classroom. Organized by the primary classroom. This is useful to hand to the teacher in their primary classroom to let them know where they should be going maybe after that class. And so those are some examples of the standard reports that you have available in ProCare to extract information using child tracking items and the secondary classroom.